From WCPO 9, it's a new day.
Welcome back. I'm Myra Cates. Today we are joined by an inspirational rabbi who runs his own nonprofit from his home, Cincinnati Jewish Experience, and he wanted to make a difference somehow, some way, to help the Jewish community deal with the terrorist invasion of Israel and the horrific harm being done to Israelis. Now, on November 1st, he helped bring over 24 Jewish organizations in Cincinnati together for a month-long Clean Speech Challenge. Please help me welcome Rabbi Seth Cook. Welcome.
Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me be here.
I'm so happy that you are here. Now tell us, where did this idea come about?
So we were looking for something that would bring people together, especially when you look around in the world and there's so much divisiveness and so much hurt going around, and trying to think what's the one thing that could bring everyone together, and we realized being nice to one another. So we looked around to see what programs are going around the country that could bring people together like that, and we found Clean Speech and decided this is something we have to have in Cincinnati.
I understand. Now, what was the Clean Speech Challenge exactly?
So for the 30 days of November, Clean Speech Cincinnati is a 30-day education and awareness campaign that educates people about the wonders of Jewish mindful speech. It gives people a time to think about what they're doing and what they're saying. Because when you think about it, so many of the hurtful things we say, we don't do intentionally. We don't want to hurt people's feelings. We don't want to say mean things to people, but sometimes our mouth just kind of goes. Yeah. So the more we can get ahead of that and think about what are ways that we can actively not be mean to people and not hurt people, so then in the present moment, we'll be more ready to make those changes.
Exactly, like pause for a second and think before we actually speak,
exactly,
right?
Exactly. You'd be amazed at what a difference that little pause can make.
Yes, exactly. Now, how did you get other Jewish organizations involved?
So, there's an old joke, right, that says 2 Jews, 3 opinions, right? It's very hard to find something that the whole community can get together with, but this idea of clean speech and being nicer and trying to be the change that we want to see in the world is really something that was kind of an easy sell. So it doesn't matter where you are in the political, religious, cultural spectrum of the Jewish community. This is something that everybody really wanted to jump on and be a part of.
Now, how did it all go? What are people saying about the challenge?
So I think it went really, really well. We had over 24 organizations sign up. We have hundreds and hundreds of views on YouTube. We had over 300 people sign up for the program. And aside from that, just distributing the swag that we brought, bracelets and magnets for cars and the books that we actually printed out, because every day would come with a day's lesson and a video made by someone representing the different organizations. Yeah. So it was just very, very widespread.
That's awesome. But yeah, this seems like something that everyone should be doing all the time. I know this was only a month-long event, so what do you think about that? Should this continue?
Absolutely, we should continue. So the point of having it for 30 days is because it's been shown that if somebody does actions, consistently for a time period of 30 days or more, that makes actual change in their life. Mm-hmm. Imagine going to the gym.
Yeah.
If you go to the gym one time and bench press, 400 pounds, I can't do that, but if I could, it doesn't really do much. Yeah. But if you go every single day for a year and you bench press just a little bit more, then you can achieve your goals.
Exactly.
So it's really the same thing with Clean Speech. 30 days in, people are making noticeable difference. It's making them happier. It's making the people around them happier. And making an overall better world, that's going to continue.
Exactly. That is so true. Now, do you have similar plans going forward, or do you have something different? I guess right now we are showing a video of some of the clean speech, some words that are hurtful and how to change them.
Right. So this year's topic was Onos Devarim, which means hurtful words, and we're hoping that this will continue to be a yearly program. Every year we'll focus on a different aspect of how we can keep things clean. I know that next year is going to be Oev Shalom, which means loving peace. Okay. So going beyond just our words and actions, but trying to bring people together actively. So hopefully we'll have more organizations involved, we'll have more people signing up, and make a bigger difference next year.
And I'm sure that you guys already made a big difference this year. So now, how do you yourself deal with all of this, the war and all the information you hear and see on a daily basis?
So that's a loaded question because it's tough. Speaking of hurtful words, our community is really struggling not just with the trauma of everything that happens. I mean, everybody I know knows somebody who is been killed or taken hostage. But on top of that, we have to turn on the television and see people calling for, the destruction of the Jewish people every day. So we know very much how much those words can hurt. But I think, we're entering, Hanukkah time around now. And so it's important to focus on bringing light in times of darkness. And I think that's really what this program is doing. We're fighting the hate and the evil with goodness and positivity, and really trying to make the world a better place for us, for the people around us, for our kids, and for everybody.
Yeah, just like you were saying, be the change that you want to see in the world, and
Right.
there's never fight fire with fire. You got to
Right.
bring something different.
And if we want an extraordinary world, we can't just act ordinarily.
Exactly.
We have to be extraordinary. We have to do something, or else we can't expect anything to change.
Yes, I love that. Now, what advice do you have for others that may be suffering, dealing with the daily news and everything that's happening?
So one, I think, we should all, monitor our screen time a little bit. I know it's very tempting to just always see all of the bad news all the time, but there's so much good that I think we should focus on. I know our organization has been instrumental in helping people donate, not only financially, but supplies that people need in Israel. There's a lot of displaced people. There's soldiers that need help, creating awareness, and just trying to think of the positives around us. I mean, the truth is that there's, we see all the time the bad things, but there's so much good as well.
Yes, there
We have
is.
such a wonderful community. I mean, Ohio is the greatest state in the union.
Yes.
And you look around and you talk to people, and there's so many good people who just want nothing but the best. And I think we have to focus on that sometimes and take a step back.
Focus on the good. Now, where can people find more information about Clean Speech?
So you can go to our website, which is thecjx.org. You can also go to www.cleanspeech.com/Cincinnati, and that will have all of our materials. If you want to come and see it even after November, you can still work on your clean speech.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Rabbi, for joining us today. We are so happy to have you, and so happy that you're doing all this good stuff around
Well,
it.
thank you so much again for having me. This was an amazing pleasure.